Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the week. We have a new moon in Gemini happening this week. Didn't I just see that? Yep, I did. New moon in Gemini. And last night I did a reading for whoever, and it is absolutely about changing the story of something that's going on in your life that you would prefer to look at differently or have differently, have a different kind of experience. So check out that video after you're done with this. I'll put the link right here. Let's see where we go. This week in Pathfinders, I'm going to continue my lesson on pendulums. And we're going to talk more about using a pendulum to connect with your spirit guides. So if you haven't jumped onto Pathfinders or you're not part of those lives yet, not here, here. There's a link in the description box below. So check that out. Oh, I keep getting this. Focus. Focus, my darling. What? I keep getting that. Friendship. Safe travel. That's nice. Woo, what is that? Stormy. One more, please. Protection. Okay. So some of you are like literally traveling. Some of you are connected to or going to be connected to some kind of experience that you may, I'm getting this feeling of like being not in it. You're not in it. You're witnessing it. So don't make the mistake that it's about you. You're just witnessing this storm. Okay. You're protected. You're protected. So this could be happening while you're traveling or whatever. We'll get clarity around that because friendship and travel, there seems to be something, not separate, but like processy about this, that you're in a connection or you're about to be in a connection that is going to go through some things, transformational things. Okay. And you're traveling from one way of being with this person to another way, a different way. And just focus on your, heart, focus on your alignment, your positive energy, but without, sort of squashing any kind of unpleasantness that may show up. Unpleasantness may need to be spoken about, boundaries made, okay? In order for something to get better or to go from one, like from an acquaintance level friendship to a, something where you spend more time and you share more about yourself. For it to go there, there's going to be some kind of transition here. Okay. Some kind of transformation and transition. It could go from friendship into lovers. This could go from a business partnership into a marriage. Really? Okay. That's what was coming through. So it seems odd that it would be from a business partnership to a marriage, although this can be a work-related person that you are connected to, and it turns into a romantic connection. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. Oop, come on back. Ace of Pentacles. You're being offered some kind of gift here. Four of Wands. Two of Wands. The Strength card. And the Eight of Wands. You're being offered some kind of new opportunity to take a connection to the next level or take some kind of experience that you're having. Let's say we can talk about work. We can talk about anything, right? Family relationship deepening, a work situation that was kind of just like a punch the clock and go thing into something that all of a sudden you start being given some projects that kind of deepen your connection to the work. It's cool. It's fun. Like maybe you go traveling to a conference and you start learning some things. You're like, oh, okay, I can see my interest is being piqued by this. I'm really expanding into this. This is something that I can really sink my teeth into now. Like I really am starting to learn and understand. Some decision that you make in this new moon in Gemini to focus, that's Sagittarian energy, to focus on heart's desire or to focus on where you want to take something. Okay, what do you want to come of it? It's kind of like, I don't know, put your money where your mouth is, but like it's kind of time to not be so Um, I feel like some of you don't say it because you're afraid that the other person doesn't want it, or you're afraid that you're gonna get rejected, there's a fear of rejection here of like, I want to go to my boss and say, hey, I've noticed that these are the kind of projects that are starting to show up, and I really want to, this is really interesting to me. And this is what I've learned. I really want to apply what I have to these projects. And, you are putting yourself out there by doing this. If there's a friendship that there's a time of intimacy, and I don't necessarily mean sex. I'm talking about emotional intimacy. All right, let's see where the reading takes us. Oh yeah, High Priestess. Some of you are like, "Yup, I know. I know this is coming. I feel it." If you're in your energy of High Priestess, this is likely definitely for you. Chariot. You can feel this coming down the road. King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a Cancerian. Cancer, Leo. The World, Nine of Cups, Justice, Libra energy there. Wow. 10 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands. I feel like some of you have been resisting this coming down the road thing. Why? It might be different for each one of you. Some of you could have been resisting this new level of intimacy because it's a new level of intimacy, and that is, vulnerability. And whoever you're being vulnerable with, you do run the risk of being rejected. And so some of us have learned that, okay, well then I never am vulnerable again. But that's not really the lesson. The lesson is to learn how to do that and brave the storm. If someone does reject you, if someone does push back, right? 7 of Wands, or someone says, that's not exactly what I was thinking, or you go out on a limb and you give an idea and your boss or whoever is sort of like, yeah, that's a couple clicks off, but like, listen to what they're saying. Don't just automatically feel rejected, because you are protected here. So some of you may feel that extra protection and like dive in, because I know that this is where I want to go. I know that this is what I want to do, and I can't do it. I can't go there without this vulnerability, without this honesty of communication, without this sharing of myself, without you seeing more of me and me seeing more of you. This isn't going to go any deeper. Okay, this isn't going to go any deeper. This World and the 9 of Cups, it's almost like you're willing to defend or willing to step into it. This Justice card, the 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands here, not 7 of Swords, not 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. 7 of Swords is about lying. There may have been lies in the past, because that came out for some reason. So there may have been lies in the past, but now we're balancing things out. It may be, if there were some lies in the past, or some half-truths, or some lack of honesty in some way, even like a lie of omission, like I'm not really telling you the whole truth, but I'm not really lying. I just get the feeling that that is part of the courage it's going to take. This Strength card is courage. And part of the courage this is going to take is for you to say some stuff that might make you look not that good. But you know what? It is true. It is true. And so spin it however you want, but there's something to be said for, yeah, you know what? I did that. I did something really stupid. And I'm not giving an excuse, but if you'd let me, I'll give you an explanation. That's better than, well, there was lots going on and I didn't know. And that sounds a little bit more defensive. This makes me feel like some kind of conversation, you're going to have to like accept some kind of responsibility. The other person might have to accept some kind of responsibility too, and say, you know what? Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But if I can, I'd like to offer an explanation. Okay. So there's something like that. I feel like also some of you have set up some expectations that are really high. Okay. And that might be not feel too good if this is going in the direction that it feels like, right? That it feels like to me that there's incremental growth, incremental improvement, Um, if you are dealing with your own self and there's no other person, although I feel like other people are give us opportunities for exponential growth, and that's why we have relationships in our life. That's the purpose of them, is to give us opportunity for exponential growth. So some of you could be really stepping into your intuition and stepping into working with your guides such that you recognize the guides are the ones that are giving you, okay, yes, you're right, guides. This was something that didn't help me. It doesn't help me to be so defensive. It doesn't help me to push back on people when they're just voicing their opinion. It doesn't help me. What does help me is to listen and to say, I'm not sure I agree with that. If you let me, I can share with you how I'm looking at what we're talking about, right? Always opt for building a bridge rather than burning it down, right? Always up for a bridge. And I like this Eight of Wands. I feel like this is going to be easier than you think. And it might be something that you're like, wow, that felt super good for me to be very authentic, for me to be saying some things that I might have in the past not said because I have these big, high expectations about everything. And if I kind of say, like, well, I think we're going to get married, and you just are starting to date this person, that might be like inappropriate for the moment. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It doesn't mean the intuition is wrong. It just may mean like, pick your moments. Know when the moment is presenting itself. And that is a skill. Know when the moment presents itself. Pick and choose your moments. It is a little bit like picking your battles, but it's more nuanced. It's like when you are, let's say you have something that you think is kind of going to be hard to say to someone, and you're having other kinds of conversations, and they're talking about another part of their life, and they go a little vulnerable on you, and they're like, yeah, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. I feel like I lash out, or I said some things that I shouldn't have said. There's a moment in time there where you're like, okay, this might be my moment where I can say, you know what? I do that too. And I'll give you a really important example that I feel like I need to clear up with you. That might be a good on-ramp. So if I feel like you're dealing with somebody that is going to give you that opportunity to say some things that you might have needed to say in the past. It might not have been the moment, or the moment might have been pushed or rushed or something like that, and time had to unfold. Okay. So I'm going to clarify what this Stormy card is. All right. Okay. What is this Stormy card about? 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Death, Temperance. So I was going to say, like, doesn't seem so bad, 10 and 9 of Pentacles. But the Death card, I feel like somebody is going to need to talk about the end of a relationship, that somebody is going to have to end a relationship, not with you, but with whatever's going on in your life. 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. What is whatever going on in their life? Someone might communicate to you about something that's going on for them. And it is a delicate situation. They are going through some kind of big change. This is Archangel Michael bringing you this opportunity to help them navigate it. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Sometimes people want some advice. Sometimes people want just compassion, just being heard, being listened to, or whatever. For me, I will just say this to you, that when you're dealing with someone that is going through a storm, sometimes it's good to ask, would you like my advice, or would you like me to just listen? Either way, I'm here for you. And giving people that option gives them permission without feeling like you're going to give them advice when they're overwhelmed or something like that. Like, ask people what they want from you. And I feel like that's another good way. That's another healthy boundary. You're giving them permission to say, you know what? I just really need to say this out loud. And you're just witnessing. I'm just witnessing. That's my role here. And if this is something that they have to say to you, that they want to make a change, because this can be someone who wants to move into a relationship that's more permanent with you. This can be a very vulnerable moment when they're wanting to change the game. I hate to use the word game, but that's what we got. So this is really about being a good listener, knowing what it is that you want, allowing someone to communicate without judgment, without flooding them with advice. Sometimes people know exactly what they want to do. They just have to set the stage. All right. It's kind of like letting them set the stage here. So the Three of Wands, I feel like some of you have expectations that this person may, if we're talking about something that's positive, like a move to a deeper relationship, and that's something you want too, there's a sense of silence here of like, I'm open to it. Let's see what happens, instead of like, yes, let's live together tomorrow. Like that might be, you might have a feeling of wanting to jump in with both feet. Okay. So let's see. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Lover's card. I feel like this person is going to share with you that they've made some decisions. They've made some choices in their life. It's not your job to go, oh, well, I see the future. I see the path. This is blah, 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 blah. It's like not your job to go down that road. And because the reason I'm saying that, and I'm certainly not saying that you're blah, 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 but we are in Gemini time. And Gemini is all about communication. And listening, active listening, is a good method of communication, as is honesty, as is sharing what I see as a potential opportunity. Maybe they're not seeing some potential opportunities, but you may be getting ahead of yourself. So asking them what they need. I feel like this person is going to share with you big changes that are happening in your life. And you might be like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the conversation I have been waiting for. Okay, this is what I've wanted. Nine of Cups here. Seven of Cups. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. There's a lot to iron out here. Four of Swords. There's a lot to iron out here. So don't get ahead of yourself. This person has a lot of healing to do. This person, this may be somebody coming into some kind of big truths for themselves. They're really walking the spiritual path in a way that you might have already done. And so you're like, hey, I know this terrain. Hey, okay. You can say that. Hey, I've had some experience with this. If you want me to share my experience, I'm happy to. Otherwise, I'm happy to listen. What do you need from me right now? All right, so let's continue on with this reading. Wow. Let's see where we go. I'm going to look at what you don't see coming. Let's go deeper into how this is going to unfold. I do think this is going to be a rather sudden thing, so maybe we'll talk about timing as well. Okay. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. If this is your reading, I will see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.